Hey everyone, thanks for listening to the Grow Your Life podcast. My name's Jeremiah Krakowski, and on this podcast we talk about ways for you to grow in your life and in your business to get more results, to make more money, to live a happier, healthier life with strategies that you can use to make more money. And that's what I love to help people do, is making more money, 6 figures, 7 figures, even 8 figures. That's over $10 million in a business that you could be running, like many of the clients and companies that we've worked with, using these strategies of marketing, sales, techniques, tactics, what's working right now. Now today, I want to talk about content creation. The truth is that influencers are no longer going to be the big thing on social media. That is the news flash today. And content creators are the new influencers. I saw a quote, I believe it was Dennis Yu posted that. Saw it on another friend's page. So if y'all had seen that on Dennis's, I gave him some credit for that right there. I know he appreciates that. Content creators are the new influencers. And so you have to become a content creator. You have to be somebody who is creating content and putting it out there on a regular basis if you want to have any kind of impact, grow a business, make any kind of money online. You have to be consistent with content creation, not just for the sake of, I did content, check off a little gold star, like filing a copyright or something. Content creation is about community building. Content creation is about connecting with strangers on the internet around a topic that they care about, and talking, communicating, creating something that people can consume. So I got my podcast, I got my daily social content, I have challenges that I do with people, I got courses, that's paid content, I have coaching, that's more paid content, kind of one-on-one content, I got my blog, that's free. And so different forms of content that I put out there connect with the business owners that are most likely to do business with me. I want you to think about your industry. I want you to think about what you do in your business. Even if you're an artist, even if you're a creative, you're an entrepreneur. And if you're listening to me right now and you don't feel like you're an entrepreneur yet, I want to say this. You are an entrepreneur now because you are listening to this. Anybody who listens to this needs to have that entrepreneurial mindset, that you're somebody that has the ability to create income and assets for yourself. And content creation is the biggest key of that. Are you creating regular content every single day? And what's stopping you from doing that? I saw somebody say, I got to lose the COVID-20 before I create content. They didn't feel happy with their body or how they looked. They were worried about how they were going to be judged by their family members about how they look. Well, first off, here's the thing. Those that are closest to you are going to judge you the worst. They're going to be the rudest and the meanest. And so don't even worry about what they think. When you create content, it can't be about, I'm fearful of how I'm going to be received. Am I going to be understood? Are going to people know? How are they going to judge me? What are they going to think about me? You got to break past that fear and worry if you are going to be successful creating content. The next thing is you show up as yourself authentically. You show up unafraid and you just talk. You just connect. You communicate. I have an audience of people, 15,000 people who follow me on social media that are business owners. If you're watching this right now, I am assuming that you run a business or interacted with a business of dealing with customers, selling a product or service of some kind. Okay? That literally fits everybody who's watching this. If that's not you, you're in the wrong place, or you need to be starting a business. Okay? So that's who I'm talking to. You have to be creating consistent content every single day that you put out on social media. And you have to start now because you're going to have to develop that habit moving into the future. The future belongs to content creators. The people that are not creating content, they will actually start to lose out. They will lose their influence. They will lose their impact. They will lose their ability to even be able to connect with new business because they're not creating content. And the person next door who's creating regular content is going to rise above and have more of an impact because they show up consistently. And so I mean this. You can't get away with not creating content anymore. What is your content? Think about your customer. What do they care about? What are they dealing with? What problems do they have? Or what do they love? What lights them up? Or what do they hate? There's another thing. What's a common enemy? Talking about all these things, whether it be love, whether it be hate, whether it be what they are excited about or their problems, those things that you share, you can build a community around. And those are actually the 4 things that most communities are kind of built around online. Now, I'm not a huge fan of building communities around what we hate personally, but we have seen that happen. I prefer building stuff around what we love, what we're building, what we're commonly building together, and what we have hope for, something that's more creative rather than destructive. Okay? That's just my perspective right here. When it comes to your business, whatever product you offer, you are serving that market. So if you're editing video content, you're serving people that need video content edited. If you are a real estate broker, you are serving people that need real estate. If you are a singer musician, you are serving your fans, the people that are listening to you. If you're an artist, if you're a worship leader, you're serving an audience, a congregation, you're building a community. So you got to see yourself in the light of being a leader. You are a leader. You are leading a group of people. You're connecting with people. As you connect with people, as you start to create content on social media, you're leading, you become a thought leader. You're leading their thoughts. I want you to think about this. If you are not aware of it, your thoughts are going to be led by the media. Okay? Your thoughts are going to be led by content creators. Your thoughts are going to be led, and many of you, you notice this. Who do you listen to? Who have you listened to over the last couple of days? Talking and speaking. Those are thought leaders that are speaking into your mind, into your life, that you are listening to. Okay? Seriously. And so you building a community as a content creator, you are establishing yourself as a thought leader to a group of people. And so then your content can either be destructive or it can be creative. It can build people up or it can tear them down. See what I'm saying? And we see this evidenced everywhere in content. Whether it be Netflix, whether it be Fox News, whether it be CNN, whether it be your pastor at church. Thought leaders creating content. And what's happening is the future is being molded by content creators. The future is being created by those who have the courage to step out and do something that other people didn't have the courage to do. Is this resonating with any of you? I feel like if you're watching this right now, if you're listening to this podcast episode right now, this is resonating with you and you either feel like calling to be a content creator, you're making content right now, or you know that that's what you're supposed to do. You know that you're supposed to be a leader of some kind, okay? And so what's happening is we're moving into a new digital age. I have seen a couple digital ages. I had the privilege of growing up. Actually, I have used computers since the early 90s. Have used the internet since the early 90s. Not a lot of people can say that. My family, we started our first business. My mom started was an e-commerce business that made $1 million in the early 90s, okay? So that was right around the time when Jeff Bezos was doing stuff and before Amazon was really big. And so we've seen, okay, the internet came up and it just blew up. There's a new phase of the internet coming that is going to happen so much faster than you guys can even imagine. And content creators are the new entrepreneurs, are the new business owners. Entrepreneurs have to be content creators or have content creators on their team. And so you have to realize this, that content is influence. Content is thought leading. Content is serving your audience. Okay? So now as you create content, then you can monetize it. Okay, so you monetize that content in a number of different ways. You can have products, you can have services that you offer. That's usually what it is. Products or services. If you're a musician, your songs are a product. They're intellectual property. They're an asset that you own. They're even transferable, like a house. If you do a service, video editing or real estate, you're serving somebody in a transaction. These are the two ways to make money in this economy. You can either work for somebody else, or you can sell and create a product or do a service and lead a group of people to do services. That's what business is. That's what entrepreneurship is, okay? So content creators create content and then lead their communities to use different products and services. And so then you monetize your business around the content creation by building a community of people that benefit from the content that you're creating. You're helping them with the content that you're creating. You're leading people to buy from you. You're leading them to buy from somebody else. You're leading how they think, the way that they interact with the world in that way. And so what I see often happen is a lot of people ask me, well, Jeremiah, I don't know what to post on social media. I don't know what to put out there. Think about the other person that's going to buy your product or service. What do they care about? What are they dealing with? What do they want? And start talking about that thing. Don't give a big giant message either. Just start with the basics. The first step. Step number 1 of what your target customer needs. So you got to get to know who is the person who's going to use your product or service. What are their desires? Okay? What are their problems? What are they dealing with? You get to know your target customer, your audience, better than you know what you're actually selling, by the way. Better than you know what your product or service is. And so then you start to communicate and connect with and build community and connection. It's about human-to-human connection. See, I see people make these arguments that the metaverse, that the internet, that the new phase of the internet is going to disconnect people. It's actually going to require people to learn how to become more connected than we ever have before. And to learn how to become better communicators and to learn how to communicate through technology in different ways than we haven't done before. And so for you to create content that connects with people, you have to learn how to connect with people through these different mediums, through video, through written text, through graphic design, through audio, through these different channels of content creation. And there's new channels of content creation that are popping up all over the place. We got NFTs that are popping up. NFTs are these digital assets that can actually be a license to a physical asset, product, or service. And so this is a new market of content that's out there that's popping up. And so content creators are the ones that are going to lead the future. And yet I see people oftentimes, they're waiting until the perfect moment to put content out there. You're going to have to start today putting content on your social media. That's how you prepare for the next phase of the internet. As you start today by making content, whether it be a 15-second video. A lot of people say, how do I do it? You literally press record for 15 seconds on your phone, and you can upload that to TikTok and Instagram. That's it. And I use an app called the Preview app to remind me of what to post, when. You can use Canva and type up some quotes, things like that. If you follow me on social media, you will see that I do this. Go through my stories, go through my posts, go through my page on Facebook. You're going to see this. These are pieces of content that I put out there. And then when I have a product or a service, I'm able to reconnect with that audience that engages with me. So it gives me permission then to show a small ad at a small fee. A very small fee, in fact, pennies. I can show ads to people if they've interacted with my social media specifically. I can show ads to those people at the lowest possible cost because they're already in my ecosystem. And so Facebook knows, okay, those people care about what I'm marketing, and so they give it to me at the cheapest possible cost. Okay? And so that's how you then bring the cost down of your marketing and your advertising and what you're putting out there. Is you're able to retarget who's engaging with you with social media ads. And that's how you sell your products and services. And then you can use the lookalike audiences to create an artificial intelligence audience. You tell Facebook, find me 5 million people similar to those that are already engaging with my content, and it goes out there and finds them. That's how we're helping clients reach We're doing an event this week with 4,000 songwriters. How do we find them? Running these ads, running lookalike ads. We connected with a few thousand of them for a songwriting class. And then we told Facebook, okay, find me 5 million people that are somewhat similar to songwriters. And then we're going to lead them to this event. This is an offer that we're putting out there to help these songwriters. Some of you are following me right now who came from that. And that's how we found those people. And then we're going to show them how to reach people with their music by using the same method that we use to find them. By using these advertisements, by creating content, by building community. Okay? And so that's exactly what it is. Content creators, no matter what product or service you offer, content creators are leading the future. And so you have to start now by creating content consistently, at least one video a day. And I say video because video is the best form of content to start with. And just do a 15 to 30 second video on a specific topic of some kind of value that would positively impact the type of person who's most likely to consume your content or buy your products. And that's the content that you put out there. So if you do real estate, there's thousands of pieces of content that could help people that are looking into real estate. Okay? If you do music, there's thousands of pieces of content to encourage those people. If you do a video editing service, you could literally offer tips about marketing, advertising, sales. You could literally create the same type of content that I create to then attract people for your video production services. That's exactly what you would use for that. Is you find the type of person. It's all about the psychology. It's all about who is the type of person who is most likely to be my target buyer. And then I create content that they would like that would benefit them. And then a small percentage of them, 3 to all the way up to 10 to 15% will purchase from you. So if we got a group of 4,000 songwriters, at least 400 of them fit into somewhat of the lane of what my client offers for sale. And so that's how we find those customers. That's how we reach those people. That's how we reach that target customer using content creation, using advertising. So no matter what industry you're in, you can apply this. You can use this exact formula that I've given you right here. And I'm going to have some new classes coming out here soon where I walk you through much deeper about content creation to show you how to do this. All right? Listen, if you got any questions, if you've been watching this, you got any questions about content creation, let me know. Leave them in the comments below. But you got to start today by making content, by recording yourself, by recording videos, by making live videos, by making pre-recorded short videos, any sort of form of content. One piece of content a day, start there, all the way up to you want to do at least 3 pieces of content a day. That's the best. So, all right, so if you're somebody that is looking to build your business, looking for advice on how to reach new customers, how to create content that sells, and would like some help with that, schedule a free 15-minute call with me on my website, jeremiahkrakowski.com/free call, and we can talk about your business and how to take you to the next level.